Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a review on the R.E.M. Beauty Midnight Shadows Eyeshadow Palette in Smitten Kitten. If you do want to see a review and a demo, then please keep watching. As a huge favor, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and comment anything down below. I greatly appreciate it. I read all the comments and I'll do my best to reply back. Each palette retails for $24 at Ulta Beauty and R.E.M. online. I purchased all 6 palettes during Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty sale. I paid $12 for each palette. If you have not seen my previous review on her other eyeshadow palettes, I'll link them down below if you're interested. I do want to read a little bit about the palette on Ulta's website. R.E.M. Beauty Midnight Shadow Eyeshadow Palette includes a mix of 6 ultra blendable mattes plus shimmers with a silky lightweight feel and maximum color payoff. Here's a closer look on what the packaging looks like. It says Midnight Shadows Eyeshadow Palette. This palette is called Smitten Kitten. Underneath that you have a little description. Then it says R.E.M. Beauty. You get 8 grams of product or 0.28 ounces. Up at the top you have all of the colors included in the palette plus the shade names. On this side of the packaging you have the barcode printed. On the other side it states it has a 24-month shelf life, and then on the back it states it in a different language. On the bottom you have the list of ingredients and it states it was made in the USA. Here's what the actual eyeshadow palette looks like. It says R.E.M. Beauty. On the back you have the name of the palette. Again, this palette is called Smitten Kitten. Here's what all 6 shadows look like, and it comes with a mirror. The first shade in the palette is called Crush. This is nice and soft in the pan. Crush is described as a matte peachy pink. Here's what it looks like blended out. It's a little bit chalky. The second shade in the palette is called Hit Send. Hit Send is described as a metallic warm bronze. That's beautiful. Very pretty. The third shade in the palette is called Next. Next is described as a matte deep brown. Here's what that shade looks like. The next shade is called Love Bite. Love Bite is described as a metallic burgundy rose. That's pretty. Here's what Love Bite looks like. The second to last shade in the palette is called Flirt. Flirt is described as a metallic icy pink. Another beautiful metallic. The last shade is called All Nighter. All Nighter is described as a black with pink shimmer. The last shade is very pigmented. Here's what all 6 shades look like swatched on the back of my hand. Now we're going to create a look using this palette. Taking a clean fluffy brush, I'm going to dip into the shade in Next. This shade has a tiny bit of kick up in the pan. Applying this in my crease, going back and forth, doing windshield wiper motions. That shade blended out so easily. Taking a clean flat brush, I'm going to dip into the shadow in Crush. This shade has a ton of fallout. Pack this all over the lid. This shade is actually not too bad. Taking my finger, I'm going to dip into the shadow in Flirt. Pack this in the center of my lid. I expected this metallic shade to pop a little bit more. I want to see what it looks like with a wet brush. Taking that same flat brush, I'm going to spray it with a little bit of MAC Fix Plus. Dipping back into the shadow in Flirt, again packing it to the center of my lid. Applying that shade wet gave it a tiny bit of pop. Taking a fluffy crease brush, I'm going to dip into the shade in Love Bite. There's a tiny bit of kick up in this shade as well. Applying this to my crease, going back and forth, doing windshield wiper motions. I love how that metallic blended out. Taking my finger, I'm going to dip into the shadow and Hit Send. Pack this all over the lid. That metallic is stunning. I did get a tiny bit of fallout, but that's totally fine. I'll clean that up later. Using that same fluffy brush, I'm going to dip into the shadow in All Nighter, and there's a tiny bit of kick up. Applying applying this to my outer V, doing circular motions for a little bit of depth. I love how that looks. I'm gonna clean the fallout underneath my eye off camera, and then I'll come back to apply mascara. I cleaned the fallout underneath my eye as best as I could. Here's how the eyeshadow look turned out. For mascara, I'm gonna apply the Maybelline The Falsies Surreal Mascara. For lips, I'm gonna apply the e.l.f. X American Eagle PH Lip Balm. Here's what everything looks like. My final thoughts on the Smitten Kitten Eyeshadow Palette is that I don't like it. The two matte shadows in this palette are very chalky. You can work with them, but I wouldn't want to work with an eyeshadow palette that I paid $24, but I do like the metallic formula. After trying out all 6 eyeshadow palettes, I wouldn't recommend any of them. ColourPop has a better formula and it's affordable. These aren't worth the price in my opinion. If you love Ariana Grande and want to support her brand, then go for it. But if you're looking for a good quality palette, none of these are it. Let me know in the comments down below if you've tried this palette from R.E.M Beauty. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video.